Not too much. Just checking in on daytime basketball.
Yes, daytime basketball indeed.
You
Yes,
know,
we
it's
do have that.
not
And
great.
once we get into late February, early March, we'll see more and more of it. And before you know it, well, at least we'll have some spring training baseball. And then, of course, baseball season
Right.
turns around. So we'll have some daytime action here coming up pretty
I
soon.
know.
So looking
I
forward
know.
to it. And I'm going to pay more attention to baseball this year with all these rule changes really confusing everything. I don't know how that's going to
Yeah, it
affect your
might be,
modeling.
right? It might be, right? I don't know. Are we going to be able to get more hits now? I mean, who knows,
We'll
right? Without
see.
being able to shift. I don't know if it's going to make a difference. We'll
What would
see.
have done to your average if you were able to shift, but you couldn't shift in softball? Would that help your average?
Well, I mean, you have to remember back in the day, we played with like terrible bats and, bad balls. So, like, it wouldn't have mattered for us. We still would have, put up one run a game. But, like, right now, the way the game is, yeah, I mean, it affects it a ton. I mean, especially when you get into slapper defense, stuff like that. I mean, that really impacts the game if something like that would all of a sudden be off the table. I mean, you would have different strategies and I think a lot more runs, a lot more people looking towards speed. And that might be what happens too. You get more speed on base and taking advantage of that.
Yeah, and I think this could have trickle down effect here as well. We could see it in college baseball, in this women's softball. Let's get some more runs up there, more action. People like to see that instead of those 1-0 games, 2-1 games. So we'll see. There'll be a lot more. What do they call that when you're blowing out a team and they cut the game off? Oh my goodness,
Oh,
mercy
like
rule. We'll see more mercy
yeah,
rule.
mercy rule, run rule,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, you'll see that come into play. But tonight we go into college hoops here. Ohio OVC here. I think they're the first ones to start their conference tournament, if I'm not mistaken, because they end their play February 25th is when their conference. So I think this is one of the first tournaments that start usually with those playing with those conference site games. But anyway, tonight Little Rock here, they were involved in a weird game not too long ago. Who did they play? It was this weird game they had against. I'll go back and look at the research on it. But they played someone. It was one of these weird half court shots to lose the game. It was something that happened
Oh,
recently. You got to go on. Yeah, there's this the channel on YouTube that shows the crazy finishes. They had one of those crazy finishes recently. But anyway, Little Rock
it's
here
probably
to.
one of those bad beats too.
Yeah, it must have been a bad beat for moneyline players, no doubt. Yeah, Rock here hosting Morehead State. Morehead State laying 2 on the road, total 143.
Yeah, so Morehead State will kind of run down, some numbers this season. They're 16-9 overall, 6-6 on the road, and then 7-3 against the spread in their last 10. Versus Little Rock, they're 7-18 overall, 5-2-1 at home, and pretty decent, 6-3-1 against the spread. I thought I would do this one because we had a question on it on the morning's team. We didn't quite get to it. So I was like, why not cover this one right now? But it's one of those that after both of these teams kind of came off to shaky starts, only one of these teams has kind of really turned their season around, and that would be Morehead. They've gone 7-2, while Little Rock has gone 2-7 over the last 9 games. But the last time these two teams played, it was pretty good, pretty decent game. It wound up being a 4-point Morehead State victory, 76-72. And if I kind of take a look at where this spread lies, it's been sitting at like -2, -2.5. Morehead State has covered that spread at least the 8 out of last 10 games they've played, and 6 of the last 6. Morehead, I think they're kind of more of the better team, just overall. Little Rock can become, I would say, a little bit sloppy, right? I mean, basically they rank 252nd nationally in defense. It's pretty poor. They give up about 90.7 points per game. I know some of that could be a little bit misleading with, because it was games that they were involved with. I mean, it was like a 98-99, some of those. So it's one of those things that it's really kind of, probably upsetting to them that they can't quite get over the hump because they give up just way too many points here on defense. Moorhead, on the other hand, they only allow basically about 52, 63. I think it was 63 points on defense. I think I was looking or thinking about their home and away different scores because there is quite a bit of difference when Morehead State plays at home as to when they are on the road. But yeah, I don't know. I kind of have this one modeled out at a 77 as a 71 victory here by Morehead State. I'm going to take them here today minus the 2. I think they can get it done.
All right, Mindy here says Morehead State laying the 2 here against Little Rock. Yeah, Little Rock was involved with that game against SIU Edwardsville. Go back and see a crazy finish there. Almost as crazy as that Portland Pepperdine game. Those were the 2 wild ones. If you ever get those are teams no one saw, but wild finishes there. The way those teams played. Those were both on Saturday. Crazy endings there in those 2. But yeah, when you look at here at Morehead State, they're very good in conference shooting that 3 ball, and Little Rock is just horrific defensively in the OVC. They're giving up 40% shooting from 3, 55% inside, and it's been just ugly in conference for them.
Yeah, and as you mentioned that, if you take a look at Morehead, right, on the other hand, they're only allowing 43% shooting instead of the 50 and 31 instead of the 38 from 3. So that makes a huge difference here in conference play, especially when these games come down to those smallest of margins of victories. I mean, this one's set at 2 points, so, Vegas is always, onto something. They're not usually too wrong when it comes to this kind of stuff. We're just trying to find a little bit of an advantage to tip our team over the top, and I think we have it here when we kind of take a look at all the factors going on in this game, especially like you said in conference and the way that Little Rock gives up the defense here.
Yeah, 4 conference wins on the road here for Morehead State. In conference, hitting 40% from 3, 49% inside, 74% at the line. And yeah, you have a bit of high turnovers there, but still the shooting there is just massive difference here between the Morehead State and Little Rock. And Little Rock, again, already dropped a lot of home games this year at 5-4. All right, Mindy here on Morehead State laying 2 against Little Rock. This one will have a start time here of 7:30 Eastern time. All right, Mindy, let's take a look over at TonySpicks.com for tonight's action. Look at these numbers here last 30 days. Mindy, over 4,000 units of profit. I don't see anybody on these multi-sites with these numbers here. Last 30 days been on absolute fire right now on the site. Of course, tonight we do have an NBA on the board. It's a 4-game card. And we got lots of college hoops, though, lots of conferences, small conference, and mixed in with some Pac-12 in there, your late night Big West as well. And, of course, the NHL. What do you have going on over at Tony's Picks?
Yeah, so I'm going to keep working hard. We're going to try to keep this going here as long as we can. Today I got 2 plays in the NBA. I didn't have any this morning before the show, but after, careful consideration, additional line movement, picked up 2 plays in the NBA. And it's kind of the same way with the NHL. The games that I were looking at, they were really big money lines opening up, and they've just kind of throughout the day kind of tick down. So they got to a place where I like to put my money. So 2 games in the NHL. So you can find actually a couple best bets if you're interested in the NBA and a hockey package from me. And then also have quite a few plays today in college basketball. I think it's like a 62 game card. Came up with 12. So I have a 5-pack available earlier in the day, and then a 7-pack of plays as well. And then also, if you're looking for something later in the day, I went ahead and repackaged 3 basketball games for you, I believe is what I did. It's either 3 or 5. So I think it's 3. So starting at 8 o'clock my time, you can get 3 more plays to finish off your night right as well. So there's quite a bit of options for you today with selecting one of those packages, but instead you might as well get the best value like Tony had talked about today and pick up something a little bit longer term, perhaps, the 7-day that would get you through the Super Bowl and some more NHL, NBA, and college basketball action. Or you can take a look at something much longer term. And that way you can get that per unit play down as much as possible if you like to follow my consensus plays here. Because, I kind of feel like all I'm doing is giving information, and you can go ahead and pick, what is best for you and your best strategy once you have these plays available. Go ahead and take those or check that out, and make sure you use the promo code TonyT at checkout as well.
That's right. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout. You'll save 20% off all the premium pick packages. So get on board with Mindy Hahne. We've shown you the results. She's been on absolute fire, over 4,000 units of prop here last 30 days. Mindy in action here. A 5-pack here from college basketball. 7-pack here Super Thursday as well. Totals package here from Mindy, as well as late night basketball guaranteed 3-pack in action here with best bets here from college basketball, NHL, and the NBA. So get on board here with Mindy Hahne right now, where she's been on absolute fire on the leaderboards here. And of course, you can use that promo code Tony T at checkout. You'll save that 20% off. Now, Mindy was talking about those long-term passes. The way Mindy's rolling, you got to get that 1 month pass right now. The way she's rolling, get all of Mindy's premium clicks here for 1 month. That includes all her NBA, all her NHL, all her college basketball. College basketball, this takes you to the end of all of regular conference season play. You'll get some of the early conference tournaments from the mid-majors, and maybe a few there sprinkled in there from the major conference, because this will take you to March 8th. So we'll have some conference plays there, those Tuesday, Wednesday games that you see there. So you'll have some early major conference action, minor conference tournament coverage as well. Great value right now with that 30-day pass with all these sports overlapping and high volume number of games during the conference tournament season, right? Day and night, mid-afternoon, sometimes early morning. So get on board there with Mindy with that promo code Tony T at checkout. You'll be able to save 20% off. We'll do the math on the 1 month pass. That's $66 off that 1 month all sports pass. We use that promo code Tony T at checkout. You can access Mindy's page by clicking the link you see in the description. Click the All Cabras tab, and you'll land right on Mindy's page. So go ahead and get signed up. All right, Mindy, we also put together a Twitter account for you over at Tony's Picks Mindy. Morning Steam included another 6-day work week there with the games covered. You have a nice day off tomorrow. You can sleep in, and of course, back at it again Saturday.
That's right. I'm so excited for my sleeping in day. I don't think you understand, Tony.
I
do. You do, yeah, right? It's nice to have at least, 1 day off. I sometimes think about, how you handle it all the time with doing that, every day. And, like our news broadcasters, right? They get up early and do it every day. I mean, it's it's a lot of work, but it's also been very rewarding. I mean, we're doing great things with the morning steam. We have a pretty large following. It's fun, right? It's a group where I feel like I'm just almost hanging out with just my friends in the morning. So it's been, pretty fun. And I just think it's nice that we can have a group with, that has the same commonality. We all like the same things. We're all the ones that get in trouble for looking at our phone, looking at scores too much. But yeah, I think it's been really great. So I'm still really thankful to, you, Tony, and to Ramon for getting me into this show. So I'm having a great time. But yeah, it's a place where we can go ahead and take a look at, line movement, injuries, gaining consensus, doing some, for me, it's been great because I've had folks helping me with, NBA props. So I kind of feel like it's like symbiotic there. It's been give and take between me and Ramon and our expertise, and then folks out there with their expertise on prop plays too. But I'm having a good time and I'm really enjoying it, and we're doing well. I mean, look at the, Team Steam up there over the last 30 days. I mean, and then I know that everyone in the chat room has been pretty happy with all of the wins. I mean, they show us, right? I mean, so there's a lot of folks that are out there winning, and that's been our goal here, right? Is to give out that information, find consensus, and then, go ahead and as a community, try to take Vegas down. That's what we're doing. So you can also catch me on Twitter with another pick in NCAA college basketball. So make sure you check that out. I mean, you might as well get more free plays from us all. Why not?
That's right. Get more free plays from Mindy there. Follow Mindy there at Tony's Picks Mindy Morning Steam Show. They just concluded a show today, so you can go back on the archive and take a watch or listen to it. You can watch it on listen to our podcast as well, but take a watch on the video there. Complete rundown on all the pro sports, NBA and hockey, and then a few of the college hoops, so we don't get all of the 60 plus games that are going on. They'll be doing it right now. We'd miss game day. We wouldn't be able to broadcast game day picks if they did. But you can put in a game request for the colleges on our Discord because our Discord is starting to grow up in membership here. So guys, visit our Discord. It's the conversation continues on our Discord when we're not broadcasting live here because a lot of our friendly community here, like Blake and Nathan today, are commenting there in the chat room, but the conversation always continues on our Discord with a lot of breaking news, trade analysis, prop plays here, morning steam, a lot of questions and answers there on the board regarding sports betting in a nice, friendly, and civil way. And of course, it is moderated, so we've been able to keep the bozos out pretty well. This thing works pretty good to keep them out of here because it tracks the IP number, so they can't come back in here and do all the nonsense I wish some others would track IPs, but this Discord seems to have it together there as far as security. But anyway, check it out there on the Discord, and of course, a lot of conversation there. Also, too, if you like to put in your requests for games, this is where you do it. Just go to the Morning Steam channel on our Discord and put in what you'd like requests. And remember, Saturday's a huge college basketball card, so you can go in there and start putting your requests in what you want covered there on Saturday. So check it out there on our Discord. Follow the link there on the top of the page, and go ahead and get signed up to the Discord. All right, Mindy, as always, great having the show. Continue that success. Have a great day off tomorrow. Get good sleep, and we'll catch up with you again tomorrow.
All right, I'm going to bed right now. All right. Just kidding.
You got to watch the games.
That's right, I do.
That's right.
So not quite yet. All right, take care, Tony. We'll see you on
Friday.
Tomorrow. Yeah,
Tomorrow
yes.
afternoon. It'll be 2:00 your time, so you should be awake by then.
I'll be here. Okay.
Mindy here on Game Day Picks. All right, guys.